Hey, mama, I'm Jenna, and welcome back to the Fit Postpartum Mom podcast. This is the place where we keep it real about healing and strengthening and feeling good in your body again after having a baby. So, I'm your host, Jenna, and I'm a mom of four and a physical therapist helping postpartum moms just like you to get strong, confident, and consistent with your workouts as a new mom. Today, we're diving into one big question, though. I get this all the time. Do postpartum belly wraps actually work for healing your core? Maybe you've seen them all over Instagram, or maybe you got one as a gift, or one of your best friends has one, and you are just not sure how to use it. It's still in the box. Wherever you're at, I want to break it down for you today in a way that actually makes sense so that you know exactly what to do with your postpartum belly wrap and you feel confident in using it. So we're going to talk about what they do, what don't they do, right? And we are also going to talk about who should actually be using one and how you can combine it with core rehab to get the best results. So if you're wondering whether belly wraps are worth it or just some kind of gimmick, definitely stick around. We're going to talk all about them today in this episode. Are you ready? Let's go.
Are you finding it hard to keep up with the demands of motherhood because your energy is always low? Is your weak core holding you back from feeling strong and confident in your postpartum journey? Do you avoid looking in the mirror because you're not happy with what you see? Hey mama, welcome to the Fit Postpartum Mom podcast, where you'll learn how to reclaim your energy, strengthen your body after pregnancy, and finally say goodbye to the postpartum pooch in less time. Hi, I'm Dr. Jena, but you can call me Jenna, and I'm a physical therapist, wife, and mom of four girls who has cracked the code on how to strengthen your core postpartum in the easiest and safest way possible. I too struggled with my postpartum fitness journey as a new mom, but now I'm stronger than ever, and I'm here to help you do the same without the stress, exhaustion, or struggle. If you're ready to fit fitness into your busy schedule while you navigate your postpartum journey and stay motivated along the way, then you're in the right place. It's all about progress, not perfection, and I'm here to help walk you through that journey to feeling strong, confident, and energized. That energy comes from within, not your coffee. Let's roll out that yoga mat, girl. It's time to do this.
You've got the motivation, but you just need a clear plan, some accountability, and someone checking in every week to make sure you're doing the work, right? Well, that's exactly what I'm doing for the next 10 weeks when I am doing my flash sale during Mother's Day for my postpartum ab rehab program. Yes, during the Mother's Day flash sale, you will not only get a $200 off coupon code, but you also get 10 weekly power coaching sessions with me to help you stay consistent while you're fixing your core, right? If you are serious about getting your core strong again after having a baby, but you just need someone to just give you that boost, that extra accountability, that extra motivation along the way, because you know that you're not going to do it by yourself, this is the perfect time to join. I've never done this before, and I'm doing it now because I know moms need that accountability. They need the face-to-face coaching. They need someone to just say, let's do this together. So if you're ready to get your core strong again and you are ready to join a program with other moms who are in the same boat as you and to have a coach that's going to make sure that you get the work done, join me in Postpartum Ab Rehab. Doors open May 5th. Don't miss it. Go check it out at livecorestrong.com/program to get all the details. All right, mama, we are talking all about postpartum belly wraps today. I absolutely love postpartum belly wraps and I love talking about it. All right, so here's the deal. A postpartum belly wrap is not some magical thing that instantly flattens your stomach or brings your abs back together overnight. Okay. But what it does do, it provides external support. And that can be incredibly helpful in those first few weeks postpartum when your core muscles are weak and they're stretched out and there's not a lot of functioning muscles in that area, right? They're not working the right way. Well, imagine your core like a team that's been through a major injury. They're still recovering, right? Your ab muscles, your back muscles, everything, your uterus, everything inside, they're learning to work together as a team. And learning to work together as a team is not easy to do. But a belly wrap is like a temporary assistant coach. It helps hold things together and gives your muscles a little backup while they figure out how to fire properly again. Okay? So here is what I need you to do. It can help support your low back and your pelvis. Okay, a postpartum belly wrap can help support you temporarily when you are weak, but it also helps provide that cue that your posture needs to be straight. So it's not going to fix your posture, but it's going to give you that little external cue like, hey, you need to sit up straight, and hey, let's bring those shoulders back. And this is a very important thing for a mom who is hunched over all the time nursing their newborn. So that belly wrap can act as an external cue to sit up straight and to give you that little bit of a back support that you need. Again, this is temporary. It also gives your core muscles a gentle pressure against it, that proprioceptive feedback saying, hey, let's get your core strong again. Let's tighten up that core. Let's bring those muscles back into place. So it's just another way of saying it's giving you body awareness of bringing your core back together, okay? It helps remind your brain to activate your abs again instead of letting them just sort of sag and sink out. All right, so we want to start engaging those core muscles the right way, and that proprioceptive feedback that you're getting from the belly wrap reminds your abs, let's get back into place. So it's not just about squishing your tummy together, it's about helping your body feel more stable as you move, and it helps you when you're lifting your baby, when you're breastfeeding, or just try to make it through the day without falling apart, literally and emotionally, right? We are just using this belly wrap as support in all ways. Now let's be clear on what postpartum belly wraps don't do. A belly wrap is not a weight loss tool at all, okay? So let's just get that clear. And it doesn't burn belly fat. It also doesn't replace exercise. You have to exercise in order to get your core to be strong again. That's why I have my program, Postpartum Ab Rehab. And I never, ever, ever tell any of my clients, yep, just use a postpartum belly wrap and you'll be fixed. No, it is a tool and it does not replace exercise. So exercise is key. And that's why I say the dream team is exercise plus postpartum belly wraps. Those two together really do wonders on your body. And a postpartum belly wrap doesn't fix diastasis recti on its own. So the same thing, you need to exercise your core and do the right exercises to fix diastasis recti. Yes, postpartum belly wraps can help with these areas, but they won't fix it. And I always say, postpartum belly wraps, they are a support tool, not a solution. So it's kind of like wearing a sports bra. Just because you're wearing it doesn't mean you're suddenly more fit. It just makes movement more comfortable and allows your body to move better. So you can be more active, right? We want you to be moving without pain, without discomfort, without the sagging belly. So we just want you to be supported when you're wearing a postpartum belly wrap. All right, so now you're probably wondering, should you be wearing one? Should you be using a postpartum belly wrap? Here's my take as a physical therapist and as a mom. Most new moms can benefit from using a postpartum belly wrap in the first few weeks postpartum, especially if you're feeling unstable and you're dealing with back pain or you're having trouble connecting to your core muscles. I talk a lot about this on the blog, so I will link some really helpful resources in the show notes to this episode so you can check out more resources on whether or not you should be wearing a postpartum belly wrap or not. But it's especially helpful for you if you had a C-section and you need that extra abdominal support during healing. So if you're having a lot of pain after your C-section, the postpartum belly wrap can really minimize that pain by just giving you that support and not having your incision and your sagging stomach hanging and being stretched out, right? So 100% I recommend it. However, you do need to ask your doctor if you are allowed to wear it because maybe you're having some trouble with your incision that I don't know you're having, and maybe you're not healing properly. So please always check with your doctor before you wear a postpartum belly wrap, and that's for everybody. And then also, it's especially helpful for those moms with significant abdominal separation like diastasis recti. So again, we talked about how this is not the quick fix, but it can definitely help improve your healing, speed up your healing. And then they're also really good for anyone who is struggling with poor posture or back pain after delivery. But honestly, I love postpartum belly wraps for anyone who just had a baby early on. So those first few weeks early on, you should be wearing a postpartum belly wrap to help your uterus come back into place. So if you are not sure if you should be wearing one, you can always DM me on Instagram at livecorestrong and we can talk through it. Or you can send me an email as well, hello@livecorestrong.com. All right, but here are some exceptions to times when you don't want to be wearing a postpartum belly wrap. Any sort of open wound or your incision is not healing or it's irritated by some kind of pressure, do not wear a postpartum belly wrap. Okay, again, you want to consult your doctor about this. If you have any kind of condition like a pelvic organ prolapse or a breathing dysfunction that gets worse with compression, you don't want to be wearing one. Or you notice that you're relying on it too much, like you are just not doing any exercise at all, you are not treating your back pain, you are not treating your diastasis recti, and you're just depending on the belly wrap to do everything for you, then you're not learning how to properly engage the muscles and you're probably going to get worse. So you want to definitely be doing strengthening while wearing the postpartum belly wrap if you're in the right stage of healing. Okay, so obviously you would want to get your 6-week postpartum checkup and make sure that you're allowed to exercise. So there's a lot of different moving parts in this. So that's why I always suggest consulting your physician who knows you the best. Okay, so it's a good idea to also pause and check in with a physical therapist if you are struggling with diastasis recti or if you are having back pain. Okay, so maybe you don't need to just see your doctor, but you need to see a physical therapist as well. So there are so many specialized clinicians out there that can really help you if you are having some major complications with your healing after giving birth. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about how do you actually make this work for you? How do you know if the postpartum belly wrap is going to work? Here's what we need to talk about here. The wrap works best when you combine it with my core exercises. My core exercises are strategically mapped out in my postpartum ab rehab program, and they are the most effective and the easiest exercises I have found anywhere. And I've been seeing my students getting the quickest results. And as quickly as 10 weeks, they have their core fully restored. I've even had some diastasis recti moms who are seeing results in the shrinking of the gap in as little as 3 days to a week. So when you combine core exercises with the postpartum belly wrap, you will speed up your recovery so much faster. That's what I did with my postpartum recoveries. And by the time my baby was 4 months old, I was back into my pre-pregnancy clothes. So it really, really does work. That's why I call it the dream team. The wrap is giving you that external support, and your core rehab exercises are giving you the internal strength. The two definitely need to go together. If you are early on in your postpartum recovery, I'm talking about 4 months and sooner of postpartum recovery, that's when this works the best. Okay. Now my core exercises can work as long as 5 years postpartum. I've had a lot of students in my program that their youngest child is 5 years, 7 years postpartum, and they're still getting results. So if you feel like you're out of the window of time to use the postpartum belly wrap, you want to really focus on core rehab exercises. Again, I love to direct you into my program, Postpartum Ab Rehab, but of course you can try to do it DIY style on your own, but my program has been proven to get the results the quickest. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about how you can apply this to a daily routine. So here's a super simple rhythm I recommend for new moms. You want to put on the belly wrap in the morning before you start moving around. Okay, so first thing in the morning, get in the habit that you want to put it on right away. And you want to do some breathing exercises while you're wearing it just to see if you can engage your core muscles again. So you don't want it so tight that you can't breathe. So that's a good way to check to see if your belly wrap is not too tight, but not too loose. You just want to do some nice, gentle diaphragmatic breathing after you put it on. You can do about 2 to 3 minutes of the diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, and as you move throughout the day, I want you to wear it while you're nursing your baby. I want you to wear it while you're loading the dishwasher. Walk around, go for a nice little walk in your neighborhood. Obviously, you're not going to want to get super sweaty while you're wearing it, but you can go for walks while you're wearing the postpartum belly wrap. Okay, it's a great way to engage the muscles while you're walking, and that cue, like we talked about earlier, the cue of the wrap is going to remind you to stand up straight and have good posture. And then in the nighttime, you can take off the belly wrap. Now, I have a belly wrap wear time schedule for those who are just getting started. You want to gradually increase your wear time. You do not want to wear this from morning to night on the first day that you're wearing your postpartum belly wrap. So definitely go check out the article that I linked below that gives you a wear time schedule of how to slowly progress how long you're wearing your postpartum belly wrap for when you first get started. All right, and let me just tell you this, do not sleep in your postpartum belly wrap, okay? Let your skin breathe, let your core breathe, and just relax at nighttime. All right, so I've given you a lot of helpful tips today on postpartum belly wraps, but I just have to sum it up by saying this. Postpartum belly wraps can absolutely be helpful, but they're not the shortcut. Yes, it can speed up your recovery, but it's not going to give you the full answer to your recovery. There's a bigger strategy to recovery. It has to do with movement, core exercises, breathing, strength training your body, listening to your body. There's so many parts involved in your recovery. I'd love to help you with your postpartum recovery. Like I said, I've had 4 babies. I've done it many, many times, and it's a holistic approach here. And so the belly wrap is just one part of your recovery. But if you're going to choose something else, I'd love for you to choose core strengthening exercises. I love how my students feel like their core has completely gone back to normal and they feel fully restored, and then it gives them the motivation to keep going more, to work on their arms, their legs, to work on more cardio, to eat healthier. It starts with the core, and I always say start with core exercises, but if you feel like you need that extra boost, that extra speed up in your recovery, get the postpartum belly wrap. My favorite is a Belly Bandit postpartum belly wrap. I wore them and they look amazing underneath your clothes. You can't even tell that you're wearing it. So I will link my affiliate link to that as well in the show notes. Lots of extra notes today for you. And if you want more podcast episodes on postpartum belly wraps, definitely check out these 2 episodes. Episode 128, and I think you're going to really love episode 110, that is describing how long you should be wearing a postpartum belly wrap for. If today's episode gave you a lot of clarity on belly wraps and how they actually work, would you do me a favor and share this episode with another mom who's in the thick of it right now? Because they probably don't know about postpartum belly wraps. I found out from my sister-in-law. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I ever would have known. And she completely, gave me her belly wrap, and it did wonders on my body. And I felt so amazing after wearing it. So if you know a mama who's still recovering after delivery, send this episode to her, share it with her, and I hope that she gets amazing results as well from wearing postpartum belly wraps. And if you want a step-by-step plan to flatten your stomach, to rebuild your core, and finally feel strong again, definitely check out my 6-month group coaching postpartum ab rehab program. But guess what? During the flash sale, during Mother's Day, I am doing a cohort group. So everyone who joins will be joining me once a week in a 10-week coaching call bootcamp style program where I'm going to make sure that you are showing up and doing the work and that you are getting the results. So definitely stick around and save $200 off the program during our flash sale around Mother's Day, May 5th. And you can check out the program, livecorestrong.com/program for more details. And be sure to come back next week for another episode of the Fit Postpartum Mom podcast. Remember to always live core strong.
Hey mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts? It would bring me so much joy. Simply scroll down to the stars and click write a review. Your review will help more women discover our podcast. Let's grow this fit mom movement together. And if you want your friends to come alongside you on this postpartum fitness journey, invite them to our free Facebook group where you can get motivated together. Community is key to success, and that's what I want for you. So join ours by going to the link in the show notes, and before you know it, the baby weight will be falling off as quickly as those stinky diapers. I can't wait to see you on the next episode of the Fit Postpartum Mom Podcast.